Did you catch the recent UFC 300 event? Quite the spectacle, wasn't it? There was an air of palpable anticipation as fans from around the globe tuned in to witness the thrilling event held at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. And it's safe to say, they weren't disappointed. Now let's talk about the fighters who got into the octagon that night. Among the many formidable athletes, Tom Espinall and Alex Pereira were names that stood out. Espinall, known for his quick feet and powerful punches, and Pereira, an equally formidable opponent, known for his precision and strategic approach. The question on everyone's lips was, who would emerge victorious? Then we had the electrifying matchup between Conor McGregor and Michael Chanlder. McGregor, the flamboyant Irishman, known for his devastating left hand and larger-than-life persona, went toe-to-toe with Chanlder, a powerhouse wrestler with a record of spectacular finishes. The clash of styles, personalities, and fighting philosophies was a sight to behold. But that's not all. The event also featured other prominent names in the MMA world. Fighters who've trained for years, honed their skills, and put their bodies and spirits to the ultimate test. The stage was set, the fighters were ready, and the world watched with bated breath as each match unfolded. Leading up to the event, the hype was real. The media was buzzing, fans were debating and predicting outcomes, and the fighters themselves were preparing for one of the most significant nights of their lives. The UFC 300 was not just another event, it was a celebration of the sport, the fighters, and the fans who make it all possible. With such a lineup, UFC 300 was bound to be a memorable event, and it did not disappoint. There were some unexpected turns and thrilling moments during UFC 300. Let's delve into them. One of the key fights that had everyone on the edge of their seats was between Tom Espinall and Alex Pereira. This clash of titans was a roller coaster of powerful strikes and tactical maneuvers. Espinall's ground game was formidable, but Pereira's striking was equally impressive, making it a closely contested bout. Then there was the much-anticipated face-off between Conor McGregor and Michael Chanlder. The charisma and energy that these two fighters bring to the octagon is unparalleled. McGregor's precise left hand was a major highlight, while Chandler's resilience and tenacity kept the fight engaging till the last second. But perhaps the most talked-about performance of the night was from Ilia Topuria, who extended his undefeated streak to 15 wins with a spectacular performance. His grappling skills and striking prowess left the spectators in awe, and it wasn't just the fans who were impressed. UFC welterweight champion Kamaru Usman had some high praise for Topuria, stating, "This kid is something special. He's got the talent and the mindset to go far in this sport." There were a few surprises too. Some expected outcomes were flipped on their head, and some dark horses emerged, reiterating that in the world of mixed martial arts, it's not over until it's over. UFC 300 was indeed full of surprises, wasn't it? But that's the beauty of the sport. A new champion emerged from UFC 300, adding another twist to the tale. The octagon was a battlefield, a test of strength and strategy where only the most resilient survived. And from that battle, a new UFC champion was crowned, a testament to the unpredictability and dynamism of this sport. This new champion's victory was not just a personal accomplishment, but a seismic shift in the MMA landscape. It sent ripples of excitement, shock, and speculation throughout the fan base and the industry alike. The reactions were diverse, ranging from awe to anticipation, and everything in between. The crowning of a new champion is more than just a change in title. It's a fresh chapter in the narrative of the sport, a new challenge for contenders, and a beacon of hope for aspiring fighters. It's a testament to the idea that in this arena, anyone with the grit, the determination, and the skill can rise to the top. Now, let's turn our attention to future prospects. There's been a buzz about potential matchups that could shape the course of MMA history. The names on everyone's lips are those of the fighters who have shown immense promise and unparalleled prowess. One such name is Ilia Topuria, who's making waves with his impressive 15-0 record. Kamaru Usman, a force to be reckoned with in his own right, has even voiced his thoughts on Topuria, further stoking the anticipation. There's also been chatter about MVP, also known as Michael Venom Page, joining the UFC or PFL. His potential entry into either of these leagues could be a game-changer, adding another layer of intrigue to the already thrilling world of MMA. And let's not forget about Israel Adesanya. The talk of his potential comeback in 2024 has fans and fighters alike on the edge of their seats. Adesanya's return could be a major shakeup, adding to the ever-evolving narrative of this exhilarating sport. The future of UFC seems as thrilling as its present, with several exciting prospects on the horizon. As we look ahead, there's plenty to anticipate in the world of UFC. We're already buzzing with excitement for UFC 301, but before we get too carried away, let's take a moment to reflect on some of the standout performers from UFC 300. One name that certainly deserves a mention is Ilia Topuria, who's been taking the MMA world by storm. With a breathtaking record of 15 wins and no losses, this fighter is a force to be reckoned with. We've even seen Kamaru Usman, a titan in his own right, singing Topuria's praises. That's no small compliment, folks. Speaking of titans, we can't forget about Conor McGregor and Michael Chanlder. Both of these fighters have shown us time and again what they're capable of in the octagon. While there's been no official announcement yet, we've heard whispers of a potential showdown between these two. Now, wouldn't that be something to see? There's also talk of a comeback from Israel Adesanya in 2024. Remember, you heard it here first. Adesanya's return would surely shake things up and add an extra layer of intrigue to the year's events. We're also curious about MVP. Will he stick to the UFC, or could we see him in the PFL? It's all speculation at this point, but it's certainly something to keep an eye on. And let's not forget about the potential face-off between Tom Espinall and Alex Pereira. Both of these fighters have shown exceptional skill and tenacity, and a matchup between them would undoubtedly be one for the ages. Finally, we're keeping our ears to the ground for any news on Aleksandar Rakic and Jiri Prochazka. These two light heavyweights are expected to face off at UFC 300, and we're eagerly waiting for official confirmation. As always, the world of UFC continues to evolve, promising more thrilling bouts and unforgettable moments. Before we wrap up, let's quickly recap the main points we covered today. We dove into the aftermath of UFC 300, where we saw some electrifying performances from the likes of Tom Espinall and Alex Pereira. We also pondered the big question: is Conor McGregor versus Michael Chanlder a true possibility? We celebrated the undefeated Ilia Topuria's impressive 15-0 record, and speculated on his future in the UFC. Kamaru Usman's thoughts on Topuria were a highlight, hinting at the young fighter's potential. We explored the intriguing question of MVP's future. Will he stay in the UFC or move to PFL? And let's not forget the anticipation for Israel Adesanya's return in 2024, adding another layer of excitement to the upcoming year. Thank you for joining us as we dissected UFC 300. Remember to stay tuned for more updates in the exciting world of UFC.